And here it is. It's called Banned in the USA on Hot 97.
Now let's talk about the beef with Death Row. Out of the blue, I remember Dr. Dre and Snoop rapping on F with Dre Day, dissing Luke. Now understand this, my nigga Dre can't be touched. Luke's bending over, so Luke's getting a buster. Musta thought it was sleazy. I thought it was a mark, cause I used to hang with Easy. Come on, you know the lyrics. Animosity made you speak what you spoke. Hey, yo, Dre, chip this nigga off, Loke. If it ain't another hoe that I gots to fuck with, gap teeth in your mouth so my dick's gots to fit. With my nuts on your tonsils while you're on stage rapping at your whack ass concerts. And I'ma snatch your ass from the backside to show you how Death Row pull off that who ride. Now you might not understand me, cause I'ma rob you in Compton and blast you in Miami. I mean, come on, dog. He was going at Luke, bro. He was going straight at Luke.
I don't even know why Luke even started dissing Dr. Dre and Snoop in the first place. I don't even know why that happened. You know, I don't even know why that happened. Knowing Luke, at one point in time, we were in St. Louis. We were on tour with NWA. And so for some strange reasons, the girls that we had at that time, like any other girl that would be around Easy and Dr. Dre, would end up in their room. So the girls spent the night, our dancers spent the night with Dr. Dre and them, and Luke left them. Basically, Luke left them, and I don't know, you know, it's hard to say what's going on with Luke and how he's thinking, you know, but I don't know where that came from, but I know that, you know, on my side of the family, that they, and they were LA guys for real, they wasn't too much digging Luke. He had problems every time he come to California. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be leaving now. And boom, boom, boom. I guess Luke kind of caught wind of that.
And many in Miami and many in the industry knew that, yeah, Luke wasn't going to back down.
Me and Snoop, you know, I don't want nobody to get mad. Me and Snoop, we cool. I met Dr. Dre one time. Mm-hmm. Easy and Q, them was my dudes. Again, going back to the, you know, to that whole beef thing. You know, when I talk about it, it's like the whole South rise up when some dudes say something about a Southern guy. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And especially, you know, people on the street knew the history. Exactly. They knew what I was doing in Atlanta, Miami, you know, Charlotte, Fayetteville, South Carolina. They knew, okay, Unc is that guy. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, the Lil P, Pablos, and everybody of the world, and the Gips and all them, man. Okay, man, this man turning this thing up for us. You know, so guys on the street already know. You know, man. So then when the dudes came down here, it was an ugly sight. I think the whole South jumped on it.
Luke, by all accounts, rolled with some monsters from Miami. And it was only a matter of time before they run into each other.
Jack the Rapper, I talk about in the book, was when we had the big fight with Snoop Dogg them in Death Row. Yeah. You know, when we had the little beef going on, and then they eventually came down to Jack the Rapper. It was downtown, and had them grew big out of the Marriott out there by the airport. They got to be in this big thing. They had to go to the big hotel downtown, and unfortunately, I tried, you know, I talk about in the book, I tried to talk to Jack, his wife, not his wife, but daughter Jill, and say, look, you need to arrange a sit down with me and Suge Knight, because if they're going to come down here, you know, so many people from Miami, I got so much love in Atlanta, it's going to be an ugly sight. Yeah. You know, because we got this beef, and they saying this about me, and I'm saying this about them, it's going to get crazy. And they were like, oh, we ain't got to worry about that, ain't nobody going to do nothing. And then before you know it, everybody was stabbed up, cut up, everything in the world was thrown out the rooms, all down. It was crazy. It was a melee.
Luke ended up releasing a response to F with Dre Day with his own diss titled Cowards in Compton.
Came out with the Cowards in Compton shit, but that shit was that was meaningless, because Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and them at that time, they were cool. I used to always be in their room with them. You know, I used to always be hanging out with NWA. You know, they was cool. You know, we were on tour together. So I don't know where Luke came up with that shit from. As you know, just like I don't know where he come up with all this other shit. That just started, I guess, because they were big at the time, and Luke was jealous, and he wanted to get some clout off of them.
I really like that record. I think it's one of the most underrated rap disses in hip hop history. Luke's camp and Death Row did eventually bump into each other, and by most accounts, things didn't go too well for Death Row's camp.
The West came to the South. They had beef with Luke Skywalker and the Miami boys. Luke came to the hood, got Atlanta and Miami folk, and we cleared house. It was a beef. If you go back and listen to the records, it was a beef going on between Death Row and Luke Skywalker back then. I remember the first time they saw each other was in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. And they got to understand, man, the South, boy, the South don't play. The South pulls no punches. We scared of nothing. We are not scared of the boogeyman. And they learned their lesson that you can't just come to this region and just do what you want to do. You had to respect it. And Luke, during them times, was the king of the South, period. If you came to Atlanta, you came to Miami, you had to come see Luke.
We went to the Freaknik, and I think Dre was on house arrest. Everybody was like, Snoop was at something, and we went over there, and it was like 200-300 niggas, and they just that party up, man. I mean,
was that Jack the Rapper or Freak?
That was, I don't remember if it was Jack the Rapper or Freaknik. I know it was in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that must have been Jack the Rapper, because that was the last. JT Money was telling us that was the last Jack the Rapper after that shit went down.
And you know, I'm just young. I'm walking through. I don't know what the fuck going on. So it's like everybody suiting up. I'm like, okay, I got on all this Luke shit. So we walking through. We think we just going to f around. Niggas start pulling out golf clubs, stabbing my, turning tables over. Man, that shit got real quick. It wasn't a Suge at that point. Niggas ain't really know who the f Suge was or really feel Suge as a powerhouse behind it. It was more so like he was gunning for Dre. He was looking for Dre, you know. But Dre had slapped Miss D, I believe, at that time, so he couldn't make it. You follow me? So I don't believe nobody went, but I guess somebody was like, it was because they were supposed to be at this party, and it just turned that out, man. Luke turned that out, man. Like, we running downstairs, people got stabbed, and he had on a white shirt, I remember. So it was me, him, probably two people and one bodyguard, and we just walking down the street, and he got on his shirt, and the girl's like, oh, that's you, can I take a picture? And he's like, yeah, take a picture with me, you know? And so we didn't flip that shit over. We trying to get cabs or somebody to take us, to get us the fuck out of that. Man, that shit was crazy, man.